I don't know what happened to the intro. I don't know where it went. Intro has disappeared. Am I even live right now? I think I'm live, but I don't know what happened to the intro. Let's pull it up on the handy dandy phone because I don't like the way that went. It's always something going on. And yeah, I really don't like the way that went. That kind of threw off my Thursday. I'm not okay with this. I'm really not. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna skip my own ads. You don't do that. Something going on. Yeah, look, it's there, and the intro, it's here. It's loaded here. So I don't know why it's saying the file can't be found. I don't like this. All right, let's try this again. You ready? What's going on, everybody? What's up? It's your boy Mike. It's Thursday. Throw it back Thursday. Throat punch Thursday. Can't find the intro Thursday. And I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out here with me while we are on the channel. So here, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're gonna do something a little bit different, and I'm gonna see if it works and whatnot, because I have had some people ask for specific things, and there's a goal. We have officially put a goal out, and if we hit that goal, then those things that you've been asked for will come, like that invite-only Zoom call where you can talk face-to-face with me and ask all the questions, and we can have a face-to-face conversation no matter where you're at in the world. But I don't like the fact that the intro wasn't here. I have to figure out why it's not playing, but it's literally loaded to my desktop, so I don't have to search for it. I don't have to use a hard drive. It makes it super easy. But I don't appreciate the fact that it didn't play. So this week's live is brought to you by Mishaps, and welcome to the show, y'all. It's Thirsty Thursday, man. Let's get to the chat first things first, and let's solve this little debacle we got going on here, because Scott was first, and then Chuck was second. Chuck is number 2, and I came in here and I asked them what is wrong with you two, because this was 6+ hours before the show was live when I saw that there was 2 of them in here commenting to get the first place. But I have to give first place to Gay because she made a very important comment, and she was the first to hit the like button. So I got 2 grown men all within 6 hours of me who are fighting over first comment but can't hit the like button. Y'all make sure y'all smack that like button on the way in. Make sure you smack it on the way out. Make sure you're subscribed. All of that fun stuff. But let's get to the chat. Let's say what's going on to everybody. Scott McNeil, Chuck Spencer, followed by the number 1 person is Gay, all the way in Australia. Jackie is in the house. Sharon's in the house. What's going on, Sharon? Robin's in the house. I hope you're all having a fantastic night. Lourdes in the house. Julie in the house. Diabetic's in the house. And he is out of bubblegum. I'm out of bubblegum too. Who else we got in here? Am I missing anybody? John V in the house. Martin and Haley in the house. I skip your ads. Don't skip my ads, bro. We will no longer be friends if you skip my ads. When we entered into this YouTube creator follower agreement and friend contract, you agreed not to skip any of my ads, since that's part of how I get paid. Don't skip the ads, people. Don't skip the ads. I need to feed my children. Now, whatever. Listen, you skip the ads, you skip the ads. Just get YouTube Premium and you won't have to worry about ads. But this week, we're going to talk about a couple things. It's been a real crappy week for Carnival. I got to give it to them. It has been one of those weeks where you want to flush it down the toilet. First things first, with the rewards program they put out, such a big backlash on that. And then Netflix releases the Poop Cruise documentary. The Poop Cruise. And I know there's some of you in the chat talking about that, but we'll touch base. I'll answer those questions that I see in the chat But let's talk about this goal. The goal that I set is at the very top. It's 10 super chats within the hour of, I believe it's $5 or more. It's teal, and then I'll host the Zoom call. So that's the goal. If we hit it, we hit it. If we don't, we don't. It's no big deal. Don't feel obligated to smack some super chats. But there are a few of you asking for like a Zoom call and all of that stuff. So I figured this would be a fun little way to make that happen. And I keep talking about the Alaska Group Cruise. Now, for those of you that are going, we are 380 days. Yes, I said that, 380 days. We are 15 days away from 365 days. That means in 365 days away from the cruise, so in 16 days, you're going to see the official first countdown post in the Facebook group of 364 days. So we're going to do a countdown every single day in the Facebook group. We're going to be sharing some countdown stuff, some fun little things about Alaska, some fun little things about Seattle, the Star Princess, which, by the way, is only 100 days away from debuting. 100 days away, 99 days from the time I board the ship in Barcelona and bring it to you for the first time. So you're going to see that ship this year before we even board that ship in July of next year. So I'm dark, like my picture's dark, or you can't see me at all. I felt like I was on a roll there. You could have spread me out like butter. And, all right, so that looks a little bit better. That looks a little bit better. So, like I was saying, I'm going to be on that ship in 100 days. I get on the very first sailing of that ship with Chuck Spencer, and we board in Barcelona. We sail around the Med for 9 or 10 days, and then we get on the Carnival Mardi Gras. So I have this little package of things here that I've been wanting to show you for the last few weeks, and I figured since we were getting ready to hit the month of July, be 12 months out from the group cruise, I figured we would touch base and talk a little bit about Alaska. But first things first, let's get to these super chats. Chuck Spencer with a super chat. Martin with a super chat. I'm your friend and I don't need a Zoom call. But ... Somebody always wants the Zoom call. Gay in the house all the way from Australia with a super chat. Jolie with a super chat. Thank you.
Awesome! Thank you very much.
Chats. Mary Ellen Dillon is in the house. What's going on, Med? What ship is that, Mike? So the Alaska Group Cruise is on board the Star Princess. So we're 100 days away from that ship debuting. It is ahead of schedule. Princess sent an email out today talking about how ahead of schedule it is. So I'm super excited about that voyage. But the big thing is starting in 15 days, we're going to be talking about the countdown to the Alaska Group Cruise in the Facebook page and all of that fun stuff. So before I spew any more about the Alaska Group Cruise, let's talk about these. Now, I ordered this as a little tester pack to see how they would turn out for the Alaska Group Cruise. And all of you that are in the Alaska Group Cruise Facebook page have already seen this design, but these are the stickers for the Alaska Group Cruise. I think they turned out awesome. And yes, that is me. That is me riding an Orca Wow. No, that is not an excursion. I've already looked into it. We cannot ride killer wows in Alaska. As Tony would say, Pete Tata would be after us and all of that fun stuff. But I think they turned out awesome. This is going to be the official logo for the Alaska Group Cruise. And the Group Cruise is the Alaska State of Mind. So it's a little sampler pack. And I know last week I'd said that I was going to send out a package to you, Gay. I have not sent that out yet. But there will be one of these in said package for you. So you will be the first one to officially receive an Alaska State of Mind Group Cruise sticker. Now, there are going to be other things that I give away on that voyage. Everyone that is booked, that is going to have a goodie bag or something of the sorts. So it's going to be filled with so much stuff. I like making bracelets. I like giving stuff away. So that's what that's what it is. You're going to come to Alaska. You're going to get a bunch of stuff, and you're just going to get goodie bags with my face all over it, and the Alaska State of Mind group cruise all over it, and all of that stuff. So that's what that is. Now, again, 15 days away from the countdown starting in the Facebook group. Martin, if you know, you know. Listen, it's been a hectic week, and I'm going to give you a rundown, but I want to get this part out first. Play the video, and then we'll talk about a few other things. So let me get this part out first. So 15 days from now, the official countdown is going to start in the Facebook group. July 1st, the emails are going out to the hotels. I've been back and forth with Princess. They're trying to tell me there's some rules that are stopping me from getting the group rates on the excursions right now, but they are available to book separately online. I'm waiting for confirmation back on when the date is that I can officially start booking group excursions. So that's that. No final payments. Final payments still due in March of next year and all of that fun stuff. So let's roll a quick video into the Alaska State of Mind group cruise. Get excited because that ship officially set sail with paying passengers 99 days from now out of Barcelona, which means once it comes over to the States, it's going right over to Seattle, and we're boarding that beautiful ship in July. So let's roll that video real fast, and then we'll get back to all the stuff, and I'll fill you in on all the crazy things that have been happening over the week on why nothing was sent out in the mail yet. And that's it, y'all. There are still cabins available. I know some of you have reached out to upgrade cabins, and that is awesome to upgrade cabins. And some of you have reached out to add more people to the sailing, which is awesome. So I have plenty of space available. I can get with Princess and get more space. That is not a problem. But if you want to get on board the Alaska State of Mind group cruise, which right now is almost at 55 people, I believe it is. It's like 30, 28, 20 some cabins. There's a whole list. I got a whole Trapper Keeper over here. And that'll be it. We'll get you put in for it. And it's going to be absolutely epic. I'm coming in at least 2 days before the sailing to do some stuff around Seattle. Pre-cruise meetup, hotel meetup, and all of that fun stuff. Chuck, I see your comment, man. I appreciate a second super chat from you. The first one was a super sticker, so I think that's why it did not count. And Diabetic, no, this ain't no legally binding super chat agreement. But we will get that Zoom call set up for next Saturday as long as we reach that limit. Now, I am officially back to work. We talked about this last week. Monday, technically I started Saturday. I worked a 12-hour day. I was off Sunday, and then Monday I went into the full range of it. Monday through Saturday, back to 6-day schedules. We were fighting for 5 days. That didn't happen if I'm working 6. But in the process of that, being blessed in the process of that, my kids are up in New Jersey. My son's visiting with his mother, and my other 2 kids are with the in-laws up in New Jersey, visiting up there. And Jennifer was in an accident last week in the van. She was by herself, but the van's completely totaled. She had to go to the hospital and all that stuff. So we've been dealing with a lot of that over the last week and a half, fighting with the insurance companies and all of that stuff to be able to get the new car and get the payments for that. And I finally got the payment set through today. They finally sent me the payout for the car and all of that stuff. So now we're in the process of finding a new car, and it's just been a little chaotic and a little hectic trying to get all of that figured out. She is fine. Little back pain, little shoulder pain. So she's got a couple MRIs and CAT scans coming up and all of that fun stuff, which really isn't fun. But she was in an accident and all of that. So that's what we've been dealing with for the last week and a half, trying to get all that figured out and all that. So Doug is in the house. What's going on, Doug? I want to wish you a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, my friend from Canada, who actually is from Victoria. And he's on the Alaska State of Mind group cruise. So he gets to go back home to where he is originally from on that cruise, which is awesome. So it's been a little crazy. So I haven't sent packages out in the mail. I've been trying to get with the insurance company and get all that taken care of, get with the rental car. It took us like 4 days just to get the rental car. Then they gave us the wrong size rental car. And then the first one they gave us had to go back the next day because it needed service. Then they gave us another one that was smaller. They wouldn't give us one that was the same size as our van. It's just been a nightmare all around. So it's been real fun trying to get all of that taken care of and figured out. But that's done. As of right now, I'm just waiting for the payment to hit the bank, and then we're going to buy a new car. That's where we're at. Now, let's talk Carnival real fast. Carnival has had a really ripping week. They have had a ripping week. They have released what they call to be a travel rewards program that has upset the loyal to the loyal. And they have been smacked with some backlash that they thought was over. The Poop Cruise. Netflix released the Poop Cruise documentary, which I have not watched yet. So please do not give me the spoilers. Do not give me the spoilers. I want to watch that. I'll probably watch that tomorrow. And I'll give my 2 cents on that next week, because next week will be the last live show before I board the Norwegian Aqua. So I get on next weekend. I board the Aqua next weekend and all of that. So if people would stop putting dumb stuff in the chat, like because I said Jennifer instead of Jen, it is what it is. Jennifer, Jenny from the block, whatever you want to call the lady, she was in a car accident. It's that simple. I'm just reading it based off of the name of the comment. It says Jennifer Gormley. Jennifer Gormley. That's who commented. Jennifer Gormley. Not Jen Gormley, Jenny Gormley, whatever Gormley. This is Jennifer. Period. Spoiler alert, it was a crappy cruise. Yeah, I have to agree there, Chuck. It was a crappy cruise, pun intended. But listen, it made me think of a lot of things, and then Gay brought the question of the day up in the chat. If you were on the Poop Cruise, would you, A, take Imodium and back yourself up for a week, or B, would you poop in one of the biohazard bags? Now, I've seen some of you talk about outhouses and all of that stuff. Well, listen, when I was a kid growing up, I used to go on charter fishing boats a lot, and the big thing is if you got to puke, you let it go over the rail. If I had a balcony cabin, would you hang over the side of the balcony? I don't think I would. I think I'd be afraid to fall. But there had to be another way, right? Like, I'm a truck driver at heart, so my thought automatically goes to a 5-gallon bucket. It doesn't go to a little bag. I'm a big dude. Trying to hold a little bag, I don't know if that would work. I don't know. I really don't know. Would you put it in your suitcase like Martin just said? Poop in a backpack? I wouldn't poop in a backpack either. It makes you think, and I'm kind of glad that I was not on board that cruise. I'm really glad that I wasn't. And at that time, I loved cruising. I've been on multiple cruises prior to that. I don't think I would have took Imodium. I don't think I would have had an issue going in the bag. But I definitely think I would have went in the bag. I don't think I'm going to back myself up intentionally for 5 days. I have a problem as it is when it comes to eating certain foods on board the cruise ship. I don't think I'm going to forcefully take Imodium and back myself up for 5 days at sea. I don't think that's going to happen. Scott McNeil with a super chat. Thank you very much.
Awesome! Thank you very much.
And Chuck with the funny comments. I heard the documentary is crappy. Everyone laughing at Chuck. Poop in the bag, poop in the bag, poop in the bag. Ice cream bucket works in a pinch. Right. And that's my thought, right? Now, a cruise ship brings on a mass amount of foods. We all know a lot of pickles come in 5-gallon buckets. We all know ice cream comes in big buckets. there had to be some buckets out there for them to be able to let you use or borrow in the meantime while you sat out there for 5 days. Now, I think, like Martin just said, I think a lot of people would have been nervous to use the bathroom because of the situation at hand. So your body might have intentionally backed you up for 5 days. But I find it ironic that Netflix releases this documentary while Carnival is experiencing the hype of everything that's going on. And I do have to touch base and say one thing. For everyone out there that is giving John Heald or the Beards at Carnival like these hatred messages, it's a business. And at the end of the day, a business has to run, but nobody's life should be threatened. Let's stress that. No one's life should be threatened. Some of these messages are pretty crazy. Like, there's some crazy messages going around out there that these guys are getting, and I for one, don't condone any of that. So it's a little crazy. 5-gallon bucket, trash bags, TP, wipes, and Lysol are a driver's best friend. Jackie, you know, because you're a driver just like me. You drive them big rigs all day long. That's my thing, right? Now, you want to get fancy, you get that 5-gallon Home Depot bucket. You can drill a couple screws to it and put a toilet seat on that bad boy. And you be comfortable and able to go anywhere. But I don't think a bag or Imodium is the option here for me. I think you line the bowl with the bag. You're probably right, Diabetic, but I still think I don't know. I like hearing the whoosh when you flush the toilet on the cruise ship. Kind of feels like it sucks your soul down the drain with it. Don't ever sit on that toilet and flush because the suction power is going to be way too strong, and then you're going to have to call the fire department to come get you up. Guys, you're turning my stomach. I have a very vivid imagination. Hey, Lourdes, listen, I mean, everyone does it, right? It's a bodily function we all do. Don't read too much into the comments, but it's ironic that this week alone, Carnival is under fire with this I was going to say Royal Up program, but that's a completely different cruise line. But they're under fire with this travel rewards program they put in place. And now Netflix releases this documentary of the Carnival Triumph, the poop cruise. So it's definitely one for the books. Carnival absolutely put out a great statement on top of this documentary being released on how they've taken a lot of money and invested a lot of money and things to make this issue a once-in-a-lifetime situation. But it's bound to happen, right? Things are bound to happen. But they put out an awesome statement with that as well. We got a screw-on lid for the bucket. Helps keep the dogs out of the trash, too. Perfect. The little one that's got like the little cushion pads on top. I got the same lid. No nasty messages, but if the rewards program goes ahead as scheduled, I will cancel my 15-day ABC Plus cruise in January of 2027. Now, it's possible, right? Like, it's possible they're going to get a lot of backlash of people canceling. I know there's a lot of people that have already signed up with, like, MSC or other cruise lines that status match. And it's just a way too early in the game for me to make an executive decision on jumping, quote-unquote, jumping ship, right? Me, I was loyal to one brand. I started doing the creating and the content and all that stuff, and now I'm loyal to the next one. I am happy with any cruise line. I am a firm believer that for people who end up spending money, this program is going to work more, and I agree with getting perks on spending money, right? So I think there's going to be a lot of pushback. I think it's going to change. Do I think it's going to change drastically to the point to where it's going to be something similar to what's in place now? I don't think so. I think they're going to keep running with what they got and just make some changes, do a few tweaks here and there, and try and make it a little bit better than what it actually is. Lourdes, I'm moving on to the next topic of conversation. We're done talking about poop. No more poop conversation, y'all. Lourdes is going to get sick. Then we're going to have the vomit cruise of 2025. The Puke Cruise, starring Lourdes Rios. Anyway, we got 17 of y'all watching and only 12 likes. What's up with that? That means 5 of y'all have not hit the like button. Do you know that we're on our way to 5,000 subscribers? Like, we're so close to 5,000 subscribers. So if I can get 5 of you to hit that like button, put it at 17 likes, 17 watching, that's perfect. Perfect. Modeling your business after the airlines seems ludicrous in my opinion. I don't think they're modeling it 100% after the airlines. It definitely has a lot of that airline style to it, but it's a travel rewards program across the board, right? Whether you take airlines or you take hotels or you take a rental car type of program, whatever it may be, and you put them all together, it's a rewards program across the board. And yes, they might have implemented a lot from the airlines or said they made some changes from the airlines. I don't think it's 100% across the board an airline back type of program, but it's not what people were hoping it would be. A lot of people were, I think, hoping that they would just add another loyalty level in between, like it has happened in the past with other cruise lines. Like you look at Princess ended up adding Ruby. So I think they were just going to do things like that. But I think there's going to be some changes to the rewards program. I don't think it's going to come out 100% the way it is now. Oh, for sure. I definitely think they got in the message as well, Chuck. I got an email from RCL those weeks for a free second person in the cabin and the drink package for under $50 a day. That's a great deal, Doug. Even if they weren't making those changes, I probably would consider making that switch just because that deal is as good as it is. And Doug, I got a couple new Lego sets in the mail today. Well, not today, but the other day. A couple new Lego sets came in. I got the Eiffel Tower. I got Titanic. I got the new Simpsons set. I got the Simpsons free gift with purchase. And I got the Jane Austen free gift with purchase too. So double points, baby. Double points on the Legos. A lot of us fly to see family for work and a lot more than we are able to cruise. As far as I know, Alamo Rent a Car doesn't have a loyalty program, but I always end up there. Not sponsored. Alamo's pretty good. They're a pretty good one. I like to use Thrifty, Fox. They're usually the cheapest ones down here in Tampa. Thrifty or Fox. We're 4 super chats away, y'all. 4 super chats away. That's pretty good. I didn't think we were going to be that close to it, but we are 4 away. I just did the Star Wars Lego set the other day. So I got the Great Wave behind me, and then there's the map on the other side. The map was actually a really good deal. I got that at Target, and I paid like $2 for it because Target has like these programs where you can buy like household goods and get gift cards. And that Lego set was clearanced out, and it was like $38. It's $100 and some set. So after the gift cards, I ended up paying like $2 for it. So that was well worth it. But back to the Aqua. That's the next voyage, the NCL Aqua. It departs on the 5th, 7 days. Where's it go? I don't know. I haven't really paid too much attention to the itinerary, but let's pull it up. Let's see. Shipmate. And if you have Shipmate, feel free to add me. It's the Nauti Cruiser. One word, the Nauti Cruiser. And, feel free to add me. So we have the NCL Aqua. We board on Saturday the 5th, Sunday the 6th at sea, Monday the 7th, Puerto Plata, Tuesday the 8th, St. Thomas, Wednesday the 9th, Tortola, Thursday the 10th at sea, and then Friday we're in Great Stirrup Key, which I may swim over to Royal Caribbean's private island because that's a bad private island. A bad private island. Only 3, and honestly, gays should count as 2. Well, Chuck, if you read the counter says 4. So we're still 4 away. So that's where I'm going. And I'm really excited about the ship. I got what was called the Free at Sea program, which is now the More at Sea program. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get on board is obviously the muster drill. The second thing is is I need to get me a mango meltdown, because when I was on board the breakaway for the Vloggers Extravaganza, I had the mango meltdown, and that was the best drink on board the whole ship. Me and Chuck were getting it with a floater on top. It was absolutely delicious. And then I'm going to head to the casino and do a video on board the casino. So Diabetic, this one's for you. There's going to be another casino video coming out on board the NCL Aqua of $1,000 casino video. $1,000 in the machine, $25 a spin, 40 spins on Dragon Link, and let's see how fast we can hit a bonus. I'm not going to base it off of points because it has been a long time since I've been on NCL, and if my memory serves me correct, every time you level up through the casino, you get a new card. So I don't know where I'm going to start at when I get on board the ship, because it's been a little while since I've been there. I don't know if I'm going to be back at the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to continue on to where I was at the last time I was on board the ship. We'll figure that part out. But I think we're just going to do $1,000, $25 a spin, 40 spins, and let's see how fast we can land a bonus. See if we can't get that quick hand pay on board the ship. John V says, NCL Aqua is a great ship. You will have a blast. I am so looking forward to it. 100%. I'm looking forward to the ship more than I am the ports. Now, I am looking forward to Tortola. I haven't been there since I was a kid, and 100% am definitely looking forward to that. So, but I'm really stoked about the ship. Like, this will be the first, technically, let's just say this will be the first new NCL ship I've been on. The first one I was on was the Breakaway, completely different class. But the thing I like about NCL is the liveries. I like how they do the Peter Max livery and all of that stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. Port Canaveral, 2 hour away, not too bad. Quick little trip over, quick little trip back. 7 days on board the ship. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Chuck Spencer, neener, with another one. So now, Chuck, we only need 3 more. 3 more. Jackie, so the counter is for Super Chat. So a $5 or more Super Chat, and I will do a Zoom call next Saturday with everybody. I'll send out a link, and we'll do a Zoom call, and you can ask questions. We'll probably cap it at like an hour. We'll have a conversation, and just talk shop and all that stuff. Ask the questions that some people are afraid to ask here, but they always tend to ask on a Zoom call or on a FaceTime call or anything like that. So, just open it up a little bit more, give you guys a little bit more access, a little bit more behind the scenes type thing, and all that stuff. Haley's on a call. She will punch me if she knew. Haley, Martin's fault. It's Martin's fault. Just get ready to get punched, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to say, bro. Other than this.
Awesome! Thank you very much.
But that's pretty much the way it's been. Do you suffer from domestic abuse, Martin? It's so funny that let's go back. Domestic abuse is not funny at all. But it's funny because when you said that, I literally thought of how big Martin is and how small Haley is. And I'm like, there's no way. But yeah, I can see Haley taking Martin all day long. Question, did you get my text with Heather's sister's details? I did, Doug. I got all of that, and I'm going to take care of that as soon as we get off of here. If I don't get it done tonight, I'll definitely have a quote shot over to you first thing, probably tomorrow afternoon. I leave the house about 7:30 in the morning for work. So I got that. Today's been a pretty crazy day. I've been at work since like 8:30 this morning. I had no break today. Usually I get a little bit of break in between, but my run's completely changed. So now my days are Monday through Friday from like 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night, and then off Saturday, and then Sunday from 12 o'clock to 9 o'clock at night. So the run I'm doing this week's a little bit different. It usually has a break, but I had to take the rental car and all that back today. Didn't have time to really do much on the computer. If you noticed, the live was set up super early. I think I had the live set up last night. So that way, that was one thing I didn't have to worry about today, and I didn't have to rush around to get it done because I didn't get home till like 8 o'clock. So I'll definitely have all of that sent over to you by tomorrow at the latest. you will be on with Island Time. Island Time's getting on board the Aqua next week. That's what's up. It'll be cool to pal around with them for a little bit. So no FaceTime after the show. If you want, Scott, we usually talk for a few minutes, but the plan was to go to sleep right after the show because I got to get up so early for work tomorrow. Dan jokes that I beat him up. He weighs 3 times what I do. Right. So, and that's why I thought it was funny because Dan is like Martin in your relationship and you're like Haley in your relationship. So you're with someone bigger and you're tiny and he's big and she's tiny. And I could just see it. Like I can see the little ones full of rage, just ending it all. Good night, Lourdes. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you for coming here and hanging out with us. I was raised that you never hit a woman or raise your hands to one, so it would be easy for Heather to beat me up. I'm lucky that she wouldn't do that. Not a problem, Doug. Yeah, I was raised the same way. I was raised old school. My dad would kick my butt. He would kick my butt. Chrysler offering employee pricing on a 2025 Pacifica hybrid minivan. Hashtag not sponsored. So I'll tell you what we're going with. We've already figured out what we were going to go with. I'm not getting another van. And I swore off Dodge brands after the last van I bought because I've had nothing but problems. I sunk over $5,000 in a new transmission, over $3,000 in the upper part of the motor, and just so much work needed to get done. Every year I was replacing like the water pump or a gasket, whatever it was. So I swore off Dodge, and I personally bought myself a Hyundai Santa Cruz last year. And this time we're going to go with a 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SEL. Third row seating, so it gives us enough space for the kids, and it's not a van, so it's a win-win. As long as my monthly payment stays where I want it to be, I am happy with that, and I'm cool with it. But the sliding doors, yeah, we had the sliding doors on the last van. They're nice. The sliding doors are nice, but I think it's SUV time. I like my Santa Cruz, man. I love that little thing. Chuck will tell you, Chuck and Scott have both been in that. I love that little thing, man. I've taken that thing to Miami. I've taken it all the way down to like the outskirts of the Keys. I love that little car. That thing is awesome. And it's got a nice little pickup bed on the back. If I got to pick anything up, it fits in the back of the truck. I know when I first got it, I picked up a washer and dryer, and that fit in the back of it perfectly. So it's one of those things that I am happy with. And I think it's because when I was younger, I used to really like the Outback, the Subaru Bajas. If you remember what they were like that at the Outback, but they cut the cap off the Outback and put a little bed on it. I think that's why I really like the Santa Cruz. Love my Pacifica. I would never hit anyone, by the way. I've never smacked my kids. Dan, I can't see you, but blink twice if you're in danger. I can't wait to meet you guys. I swear, if I was rich, I would literally hop on a plane and go to Australia because it's wintertime over there. It's nice and mild right now, right? Like the weather's gorgeous. I would hop a flight over to Australia and just come hang out for a few days. But I'm not rich. I'm just not rich. So you did get the Santa Fe. I don't know about the Hyundai. My Subaru been giving me yeah, so I really like the Hyundai brand. My grandfather used to have Hyundai. That lasted forever. My dad took that on when he passed. And I've had nothing but, pleasant surprises with my Santa Cruz. No issues or none of that. But yeah, I think the Santa Fe will do well. I don't want to go bigger and do the Palisades. The Santa Fe will be perfect for what we need. With the 3 kids and all that stuff. So that's what we're going to go with. Yeah. I like little cars. My mom's got a little car. She got a little Nissan Versa Note. It's like, meep, 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 meep. It's like one of them little clown cars. Baja and the Brat were great. Yeah, so I like the Baja, and I think that's why I like the Santa Cruz. Oh. See, it would be perfect time to go to Australia. It will be perfect. It will be perfect. One of these days, I'll hit the lottery. I'll hit the lottery and get over there. Kathy Curry in the house. What's going on, Kathy? Yeah, the Eldorado is a great looking truck. The Forester AC is acting up, and I live in Texas. Yeah, you need AC when you live in Texas, man. It definitely gets hot there. It's been pretty hot here. I was driving my truck today, and my work truck, and the air was like not blowing at all. So I had to put the windows down. I was like, I'm getting a better breeze going 60 miles an hour down the highway than I would get with, the air cranking. And I'm like, yep, I need some air. Amazon just started selling Hyundai online. Can I go to the Prime Shop and buy it? I can buy accessories. I can't buy the car. Friend in Tasmania said it was 0 degrees there the other day. So you decided not to do the April ABC cruise. So April was determined, not necessarily determined as not eligible in the running. So Tony from Lalita Loca has a group cruise out of Philadelphia in April of 2026. And I was invited to go on that cruise. So I weighed my options, and I'll be on board the NCL Jewel out of Philadelphia April 16th through the 23rd. Going to the Bermuda, overnighting in Bermuda, and then Charleston, South Carolina. So that is the big outlier there. I wanted to do that one instead because I get to go back home and visit family for a little bit before the cruise. I board a ship. I sail down the Delaware River where I grew up as a kid, and then head to Bermuda and all that. So that'll technically be my third NCL cruise. So that'll be the one that I get on. So getting close. Chuck Spencer with another super chat. Dude's carrying the Nauti Cruiser.
Awesome! Thank you very much.
Don't go to Tassie in winter, bloody freezing. Queensland is way nicer. It's like a different country. Yeah, so I want to go where you're at. I want to go where, like I can look out your windows and your balcony and see the water. Like, that's an awesome view. I want that. I'm just going to have to move there. I would just have to move there. My drivers would be upset if the AC wasn't working properly in their trucks. Oh, yeah. I was not happy camper today. Especially here in Florida. Like right now, we're talking 10:42 at night, and it feels like 90 degrees outside. So it's definitely a warm one. I'm not too thrilled, but it is what it is. I got the day done. I worked. I cranked it out. I might have lost a few pounds, which isn't a bad thing. So hey, we're good with it. But yeah, so NCL in 2026 instead of the ABCs and U Cruise. I do have a few people that I personally sent through that are getting on that cruise with you guys. And if anything changes, it's obviously going to be open for it. So, but yeah, that's the plan right now. And then we have the Alaska group cruise. So right now, like everything that's on the schedule, it's all relatively new stuff. So I got the Aqua in July, the Star of the Seas in September, Star Princess in October, the Mardi Gras in October, possibly the Celebrity Constellation in January, the NCL Jewel in April, and then the Star Princess. So, and the possibly with the Constellation is depending on how things go over the next few months. Might need to tweak the schedule a little bit, and that might be the one that has to drop off. Too many degrees for that late at night, 100%. That's why the fan's blowing and the AC's nice and cold, and I'm staying inside until I got to take the dog out before bed. But I still got 15 minutes before I have to do that. I'm glad you're coming to Philly to cruise with me. Me too. Yeah, so it's my home. I'm gonna say it's my home country. It's my home state, Pennsylvania, right? Like I was born and raised in Philadelphia, moved to New Jersey in like 96, 97, something like that. But I literally lived 5 minutes across the bridge in New Jersey. So to get from my house to the city of brotherly love, it was relatively quick. And when I was a kid, we used to take the high speed line from Collingswood into Philadelphia. And I have fond memories of a kid of hanging out in South Street, hanging out in downtown Philly, the markets, Reading Terminal, all of that fun stuff. So when this opportunity presented itself and I was invited to go, I was like, you know what? Which one's better? I've been to the ABCs multiple times, but I've never sailed out of Philadelphia. I never got to take a cruise out of Philadelphia. When I started cruising, they took that and it went away. So I took the opportunity. I agreed to go, and I signed up for that one. So, I'm thankful that the person I'm cruising with invited me to go, Dave Dietz. Shout out to you, bro. We're gonna have a blast. So when that happened, I was like, you know what? Yep, let's do it. I'll definitely jump on that one. So, yep, Julie, I will be on board the ship with you guys out of Philly. I'm looking forward to it because it overnights in Bermuda and all of that. So that's one thing I look forward to the most. I want to go to New Zealand, cruise one day, and stops in Samoa. Martin, we're definitely going to have to make a few things happen, dude, because me and you, I think we would have a blast doing some stuff like that. Chuck, let's go, and we leave Mike in the States. Ha, 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 ha. Joke's on you, Martin. Chuck's not going to go without me. That's what you call a best friend. That's my best friend. He's a real bad, he ain't going nowhere without me. I can bet you $1 to a donut, baby. Chuck gonna call me after this and be like, you believe what Martin said? Leave you in the States? What's wrong with him? We're going to Auckland, Fiji, and Samoa next March. I'll have my 59th birthday in Samoa. That sounds like a great time, Gay. Dababetic, I can't believe Mike agreed to a 24-hour Zoom call on Saturday if we hit this. JK. 24 hours? I think that's a little too much. And with that being said...
Awesome! Thank you very much.
Dababetic with the last one. We hit the goal. So next week we will have a Zoom call. I will put out the information in the Facebook group. So if you're not in the Facebook group, you're not going to be able to get on the Zoom call. So you have to be in the group to get on the Zoom call. Or we'll talk about it in the group and then I'll send it out. Either way, all of you that sent super chats, I have your names. I have it all. We'll definitely get the Zoom call going next week. And it'll happen on next Saturday because, wait a minute. Let's backtrack. It won't happen next Saturday because next Saturday I board a ship. Maybe we'll get it in before next Saturday. But we'll definitely have the Zoom call within the next 14 days. How's that? Within the next 14 days, the Zoom call will happen. And if it happens on the ship, then if we got to do it on the ship, we'll do it on the ship. But you can't knock me for internet. I don't know how the internet's going to be. But we'll see what happens. Oh my God, what happened here? Am I frozen? Can y'all see me? Oh my God. I think the camera kicked out. Let's see. And I'm back. And I'm back. And I'm back. And I'm back. Listen, I'm a firm believer in thinking that it's got something to do with all this digging they're doing in the neighborhood. Everywhere you go, there's orange, yellow, green, purple, pink, blue flags planted in the ground, and there's all these paint markings all over the ground. They're putting in fiber. They're putting fiber in the neighborhood. So I think that's what's causing all of the slight little hiccups and issues and things like that. So as long as you can hear me, that's great. You should be able to see me now since I reset everything. Yeah. 23 days till Celebration Key. Now, I don't have Celebration Key until October. So I'm a little jealous there of everyone that's getting to be able to hit it before me. But, it happens. Mike broke the camera again. The hole's still in the wall on the other side from where I threw it through the wall the one day. That was really frustrating. Must have been where the intro got banished to. Listen, it's crazy because if I share... Let me see if I can share my screen. Oh, you know what? Because that's another thing that I want to talk about too. So we could talk about that real quick. Let me see if I can share the screen. Share the screen. Screen share? Is that the button? Yeah, that's the button. Look, the intro is literally right there. Like it's here. I don't know why it's banished or vanished or whatever, but it's literally right there. It's 100% right there. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's on the desktop and all of that stuff. So I don't know why. It just went away. It all happened after Will G told us to count down, blame him. So let's talk about one thing, right? Last week I put out a video about Margaritaville at sea, potentially taking the new ship and home porting it out of Galveston. Well, the day after that video, or later on that day after that video went live, and I posted it, the Port of Galveston removed Margaritaville at Sea off of the schedule. So now, I don't want to say I had any part in that because I didn't. I was just giving you public information. It was there. It was on their website. And then it was gone. Is that a sign? Could that be a sign? I still think it's going to go to Galveston, Texas. I just think it's their way of trying to keep it hush-hush for the time being. And, but I was surprised that it was gone. I was like, man, it really put it over the top. They took it away. But other than that, that's it, y'all. That's it. To be fair, they had 4 and 5 night sailings for 2 months. They didn't want everyone to know that information. And that's what I think it is. I think they didn't want that information getting out yet. But I'm not going to blame anybody for it. I got a tip from Martin. Martin told me, hey, check this out. I looked into it, and I felt that I needed to make a video on it because there's been a lot of speculation on where it's going to go. And a lot of people were saying Florida. And in my brain, my logical brain, I didn't think Florida was a smart port for them to put a new ship because they already have one out of the east coast of Florida. They already have one out of the west coast of Florida. If they want to capitalize on the cruising industry or the cruise game, so to speak, they need to put a ship somewhere else. And if they want to stick with the itinerary pattern of a 4 and 5 night sailing, they need to put it somewhere where it's able to hit those ports quicker. And that, to me, would be Texas, right? Now, we know their big money maker is the Islander, which, give them credit. Let's do this. Let's give them credit. Where's it at? Where's it at? I know it's here somewhere. Here it is. They just surpassed the first year of service of the Islander, and I've been on it multiple times. It's a gorgeous ship. I had a great time, but their main itinerary focus on that ship is 5 night sailings, Cozumel, Progreso, Key West. Now, there are some sailings where they get a lot of 7 days where they're doing Grand Cayman and all of that stuff. But that's where this idea that I have in my brain of this ship going to Galveston makes sense, because while those itineraries are hitting 7-day voyages out of Florida, this one can still capitalize on that 5-day voyage out of Galveston. So it makes sense for them to home port this ship in Texas, with Princess moving out of Galveston, Margaritaville moving in, MSC's building that terminal where the fruit factory used to be and all of that stuff. There's some changes coming to the Port of Galveston, but I believe it benefits the Port of Galveston. It benefits the state of Texas. It benefits the cruise line. And now people that cruise out of Texas religiously have another cruise line to look forward to sailing in the near future. They didn't want everyone knowing exactly either you or Texas Cruiser. 100%. I think we both put out a video. So we definitely leaked it a little early. But again, it's on the port website, right? If it's on the port website, then hey, it's free game. And that's why I included the screen views of the port website versus the screen views of the cruise line itself. And I even said, Margaritaville has not made no announcements on this. This is all, speculation based off of the Port of Galveston's website, but it's showing Margaritaville at sea here. So that could leave one's mind to wonder what's going to happen. They're not taking ownership of this new ship until 2026, so it makes perfect sense. You can find out most secrets on the internet if you know where to look. 100%. Just don't Google search my name. How about in New Orleans? That would work. New Orleans would work too, but the only downfall with New Orleans is it's such a long sail out. And, just to get out of the port of New Orleans, it's 8 hours. So I don't know if that will be the big thing with them. You know what I mean? Where else does Margaritaville have those hotels and retirement villages? So they're all over Florida. I'll have to do some research and see if they're in Texas. Dababetic sent 5 Nauti Cruiser travel vlogs gift memberships. So welcome to 5 of you who are new. Ronnie, Joe Flanagan, Down South Stretcher. Man, some of these names I cannot pronounce them. Do not think I'm horrible. Keith Williams and Twitch Laudable. I don't know. Don't judge me. Some names are a little weird to pronounce. It takes me a little while, but after I read it a few times, it'll definitely be it'll be in the forefront of my mind. I appreciate that, Dababetic. You don't have to do that, man, but I very much appreciate that. That means we have more new members to the group. Welcome to the Naughty Kids Club. Welcome to the New Kids Club. Whatever club. The Nauti Cruiser Club. The Margaritaville's Going to Galveston Club. The Where the Intro Video Go Club. The Would You Poop in a Bag Club. All those different clubs. Today was one of those days where it was just a mixed bag. It was just a mixed bag. There was so much different stuff. And again, I think Margaritaville's going to Texas. I think Carnival did a great job with the Poop Cruise video coming out and their response to that. I think we are going to have an awesome Zoom call next week or the week after. I think it's going to be awesome. And I do have a giveaway for next week. I know a lot of people are mad at this company right now, but I have these John Heald magnets that I got on one of the last cruises. For your door, your cruise ship doors, if you'd like to decorate your cruise cabin doors or anything like that. And I'm going to do a giveaway with those. I have 5 of them to give away. And that's pretty much it. So it's been a crazy week. I am home alone, unsupervised, and I got free play for the Hard Rock. So y'all know where I'm going tomorrow after work. But no, in all reality, I'm home. I'm unsupervised. The kids will be home on Saturday, which is great. I'll get to see the kids, miss those little rugrats, and then I'll be ready for them to go back on Sunday. And then Sunday, it is new car day. So, I'll post pictures of the new car in the Facebook group on Sunday. Work tomorrow and Saturday. Saturday's a long day, so if I do hit the Hard Rock, that would have to be tomorrow. And then I'm still reading. I still have a lot of reading to do. This is what I have left to do. This is the new contract for work. Mike is now officially shop steward at the yard and all that stuff. So I still have some reading to do on the new contract and all of that, but it's been a little bit crazy. It's been a little crazy, like Martin said, a mixed bag of crap today. 100% a red biohazard mixed bag of crap today. Mike home alone, unsupervised. 100% it's just me and the dog. And you can see he hasn't been around at all. I don't even know where he's at. Carson, where you go? He usually lays on the chair, but I have no idea where the dog went. But yeah, Mike's home, unsupervised. A bunch of Legos were delivered. It's a party over here, man. It's one of those days where it's just a party. It's a mixed bag of emotions. It's a mixed bag of crap. I'm a little disappointed that this intro has vanished and disappeared because I can't do the outro the way I usually would. So we're just going to do this. I appreciate each and every one of you. I look forward to seeing y'all here again next Thursday, the day before I leave to board the NCL Aqua. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the super chats. Be sure to be in the Facebook group to make sure you have information on the Zoom call that's going to be happening very, very soon. Thank you for the VIP gift members and memberships and all that stuff. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, y'all know what to do. Y'all stay classy. Y'all thought it was coming, right? Nah, I don't want classy. I want naughty. Y'all stay naughty. Peace.